Hi guys, the episode that you're just about to listen to is generously sponsored by our affiliates Board Game Crate. Board Game Crate provide a monthly subscription service where they get fresh new games delivered straight to your door. Just head over to www.boardgamecrate.co.uk, and furthermore, if you use our discount code UnluckyFrogIsAwesome, all lowercase, all one word, you'll get a cheeky little discount. It's easy to remember because it's true. Hello and welcome to the Unlucky Frog Gaming Podcast. The first podcast for us anyway of 2019.
Hey!
You're joined by your usual hosts, Josh Hartley and Ben Porter. And we are also joined by Mark, the organizer of AireCon. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
Yes, how are we doing today?
Yeah, very well, thank you. How are you guys?
I'm good. How's things been with you, Ben?
I'm flagging a bit.
Yeah. Late night.
Yeah.
I am currently on a New Year's diet, and it is miserable to be really blunt.
So how long have you been at this diet now?
What date are we on?
We are on the 10th as of recording.
I have been on this diet for 9 days.
And you already are miserable?
Yeah. It's like I'm going to be impressed with myself if it lasts into February. But let's give it a go. Let's try.
To be fair, you've probably already lasted twice as long as most New Year diets. They usually fail
That's
on like
true.
the 3rd or the 4th of January.
Yeah. All the New Year, New Me bullshit.
And then people go back to work and realise that their lives are miserable.
Just Mars bars.
That the only comfort is food and drink.
Yeah.
It's the worst time of year to start trying to do new stuff because January is already miserable enough. You know, you haven't got Christmas to look forward to anymore. You haven't got New Year's. It's just nothing. Yeah. It's just January and
you
grey.
have nothing to live for in January.
So
just give up.
There's a grim statistic somewhere. It's like statistically the most depressing day of the year is some point in January.
Is that not like
that's
a
the credit card
legend?
when all the credit card bills land, isn't it?
Oh, is that? Oh, okay. So there is some factual basis for this.
Yeah. So I work actually in my proper job. I work for a debt counselling organisation. And our busiest day of the year is Blue Monday because everyone's kind of put everything off over Christmas, and then all of a sudden their credit card bills land, and they're like, "I need help." So, yeah.
I can also, as my real job is working for a bank. We and I imagine a lot of other banks have an amnesty period in December because it's a bit rubbish chasing people for debt during Christmas. Yeah. So I can imagine that Blue Monday hits, all the banks go, right, we need to chase all this up.
So see when that happens, do the banks just like not release the hounds for that month?
Basically, yeah. We don't send the heavies.
Yeah, lay down your arms. Yeah.
So,
to be fair though, going back to the thing about January, I do think that if you can get through January with your diet, then you can probably get through any month.
Maybe not December.
Yeah, but
December's
that's a whole pass.
Yeah.
December.
And my birthday's in December as well, so it's like a double whammy.
Yeah, but I think in terms of like actually testing your willpower, I think if you can get through January.
All right. Well, I'll bore our listeners with further updates during the
diet progress, and they can laugh at your misfortunes.
2 episodes in, I'm out. I'm
done.
Yeah.
So we're gonna chat AireCon 2019 in a moment, obviously, with the organizer of said event being on the line with us.
Would be good.
Has there actually been any significant news in the tabletop world over like the Christmas period?
So I've managed to dredge up 2 items. Christian Peterson. Christian T Peterson, to use his full name.
Yes, the creator of the game Twilight Imperium and founder
of Fantasy Flight Games, more significantly, formally left after 20 years with the firm. I think in the new year he issued his his formal statement.
Yeah.
He's properly gone now. So
Right.
he's ended the year with the firm. Considering the fact that he's the second prominent name to have left the firm in a very short span, Nicky Valens, who oversaw the new edition of Arkham Horror and Legacy of Dragonholt, a couple of other big games, she's also left. I think it points to this buyout.
Yes. So, as for those who don't know, the Asmodee Group is preparing to be bought by PAI partners for a reported 1.2 billion euros as well, which is not small change at all. So, sad to see such a prominent figure step down from the industry. Although I dare say he'll probably keep a hand in something. You don't dedicate your career to creating games just to walk away from it.
He's gone from Fantasy Flight, but I dare say that he'll pop up again somewhere else, like you say.
Yeah,
he's a very very creative guy, loads and loads of experience. He's probably had loads of offers already.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Or maybe something new, like when the Z-Man gang got bought, they all went and started Plan B games, didn't they?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought should have been Plan A, having been Z-Man.
Get your
Don't
alphabet
sigh.
right.
That wasn't that. Don't sigh. That wasn't a joke. That was me being OCD. It just upsets me that it's B, not A.
It upsets me that you're like this.
Yeah. You've said. So that's the news regarding Fantasy Flight. There was another piece of news that you wanted to chat about.
New Goblins.
New Goblins.
Yeah.
New Goblins are coming out for Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, and they look awesome.
Yeah, as to be expected.
Yeah. So a lot of the old school players are losing their minds over this.
Oh, because they're like really retro style,
Who
aren't
does
they?
not
Proper
love
night goblins.
Who does not love a good goblin?
Mark, do you dabble in the worlds of Games Workshop at all?
I don't, I used to when I was younger. I probably stopped about sixth form, maybe just after. So it's kind of,
that seems to be the gateway for a lot of people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I dare say, Warhammer, probably more Warhammer 40,000 is a gateway drug to tabletop gaming in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 40k and Necromunda. I had a couple of Necromunda gangs.
Necromunda's awesome.
Yeah, last year I got the chance to go to Warhammer World with my good friend Rodney Smith, and
name drop.
Get the name drop in early.
Nice.
My good friend Rodney.
Yeah.
Nice.
Me and Rodders. We went to Warhammer World, and it just did bring everything back a bit for me. And I was like, I could so easily get back into it because, the new models that they're pumping out are just amazing. They're so good.
We've said it a few times on the podcast, and the competition is getting good. But I don't think there's a company out there that quite touch Games Workshop's quality of miniatures.
Definitely not a company that produces such a high quality so consistently.
Yeah, and at such a volume as well.
Yeah.
Like you'll get individual. Obviously, there's tons of independent sculptors out there doing their own miniatures, and some of them are fantastic as well. But for someone as big as Games Workshop to consistently do it well, that's something.
Yeah.
So when do the new Gobbos come out on the shelves then?
So the first wave will be out for public consumption, if you can use such a phrase.
Would you want to consume a goblin?
Me personally, no, but maybe there's like some underground like fantasy gourmet society where like they eat unicorn flesh and goblins. Maybe
was that some sort of scandal, like the
scandal that rocked the D&D world?
Yeah, Fantasy Tesco had unicorn meat hidden in their burgers.
Same sort of place where they're eating vegan sausage rolls, I imagine.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't eat. I'm not a vegan. I wouldn't eat a vegan sausage roll, but I'm happy it's upset Piers Morgan, and that's my take on that.
Did you see like there was folk that actually they formed a picket line outside
They
Greggs
protested in Manchester.
Yeah,
I mean, like what a sad indictment of Manchester. Like this is the place where people feel this strongly about sausage rolls. Like,
I'm totally fine with it as long as they use free range vegans. You know, I don't mind what they
yeah.
look like.
Yeah, I think it's cruel to keep vegans all cooped up in a little cage for their whole lives. I want them to run around a bit before we kill them.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
we were talking about goblins,
right?
Or not.
Yeah, cool. So the goblins come out later this month, basically.
Yeah, they're doing the normal sort of release model for the wider or the larger ranges where they're drip feeding them throughout the month rather than dropping them all at once.
Yeah.
So
a smattering of goblins, if you will, here and there. Yeah.
Is that the proper collective noun?
A smattering of goblins? Nah. A collective noun for goblins.
A mischief of goblins, something like
that. Mischief of Goblins sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
if we're going to make up a collective noun about a made-up species, then yeah, I think a Mischief of Goblins.
Well, there you go. So GMs, start incorporating that into your games.
Yeah,
if you're listening,
please do.
You encounter a Mischief of Goblins. What do you do?
Yeah. What do you do?
It just rolls off the tongue. I like it.
So news-wise, that's really,
about it.
I might have a bit of news for you. I don't know if it's newsy news.
Go for it.
Is Wingspan. So I don't know if know the latest Stonemeier release.
I've heard of this, yeah.
Yeah, so they, for some reason, launched this game in the first week of the new year, which is kind of an odd time to do it. But they've done like a pre-order system. So it's not officially being released till March, but they did this pre-order system where you had like 4 days, I think, or 6 days to order games, and that closed a couple of days ago. I, of course, went or pre-ordered one, but then they gave you all the updates, and they actually ended up, they got over 5,000 copies on pre-order of this Wingspan,
which is, from what I understand, massively successful. Because, Charlotte showed me the article the other day on the bus, actually, and because I think they went over to publishers, and most of the publishers were just like, "Nah, we're not gonna go with this." And there we go. Beautiful looking game.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys feel about pre-orders, though?
It's kind of like I mean, how is it different from people backing on Kickstarter? If anything, it's better because then at least through this means you have some sort of consumer protection.
Well, it is different in that you're investing in an idea.
Yeah, exactly. So in the
there is that, but what I'm talking about is paying for a product in advance of reviews and having it. What do you not think that?
Well, it's the norm in the video game industry, isn't it?
There is, but what's happened? Because we've talked about it in the podcast before. How in I think it was it 2014 where there was that run of horrendous AAA video games.
Yeah,
to the point where the entire video game industry had to turn around and rethink the way they were doing things. And in the wake of that, and the rise of season passes and all that sort of thing, there's a huge sort of, I guess, a movement of people that consume video games that are actively boycotting pre-order systems and pre-order incentives.
Right.
Because it was essentially pre-orders that put us in the situation.
Because the big guys could rest on their laurels and actually not put out a good game.
Yeah,
because they would know.
I guess the thing it might hurt is like retail, right? So because if 5,000 people have bought it straight from Stonemeier, they're not going to be buying it from game stores, whether that's online or bricks and mortar stores. So those guys are just going to get annoyed because it's the same price. So obviously for Stonemeier, that's good because they don't have to. They get all of that margin.
Yeah, they're going to make more money.
Yeah. So, but that's just 5,000 people that aren't now going to buy it from one of those stores. So I think that's maybe. I think maybe they. I could see why they might want to do it. Into, again, like you said, like Kickstarter has basically become a pre-order system for quite a lot of companies. but whether they should have limited the number of copies rather than. So what they ended up doing, because it went gangbusters, is they've had to air freight 4 pallets of these games over to the UK for European distribution. So whether instead they should have just said, we've only got 2,000 copies and it's first come, first serve, you can only have 1 copy each, that kind of thing. And just enough to be able to then produce the game if it's a cash flow thing, to then send it out to stores or something.
I do think, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that I do think that this, you'd mentioned about Kickstarter, and as much as it is different from pre-ordering a game, a lot of those differences really are just nominal, as you say.
Well, legal.
He's like,
basically.
oh, you're investing, you're not buying, but you are. And like you're saying, I think it creates a problem if you're bypassing the retailers too much, because the retailers are so important to community, and that this hobby lives and dies with community. It's not, it's not like video gaming where you can just sit on your couch and pick up your headset and connect to anyone in the world. You need to actively be meeting people, and if you're ripping the heart out of that, which in all seriousness, I do think that there is a danger that some of these sale models that we're seeing can do if they're allowed to run rampant like that. I think it's
I've seen, in the last couple of months or so, I've seen 4 or 5 different shops or cafes closing down. So it's
it's always sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's been a couple in, most notably in Glasgow, I think was Spellbound, which was more focused on Magic the Gathering, but they did sell board games.
Some other factors in that as well,
Yeah.
they maybe invested a bit too much in one system.
Aye.
And other things like that, but.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the Wingspan itself very successful. Looks like a beautiful game.
Yeah.
We'll watch this space, and we'll let you know how it plays when we get our grubby mitts on it. So, so I think that more or less wraps it up for news. Obviously, Christmas is a time of falling out with family over board games. Mark, did you do any festive gaming at all?
Yeah, well, certainly at my mum's house, so she's quite into games, and that was pretty good. We played a few there. Played Walls of York, which was an Essen release. Played Asking for Troubles, which was one that I got for Christmas as a present. Gizmos, I think we played, and then went to my wife's parents and we played Pictionary there. So that was obviously quite a different experience.
For the benefit of the tape, Mark looks really enthused at the mention of Pictionary.
It's been years since I've played Pictionary, but I do think, if I remember correctly, it's quite fun, if a bit stressful.
Everyone cheats at Pictionary.
Yeah.
Everyone. And do you know how?
How?
You're not supposed to gesture in it. It's supposed to just be the pictures.
So you're gonna if
it's true though, isn't it? Everyone cheats at Pictionary and they don't even know they're doing it. There's no point in this, because they'll just run roughshod over you. What's the point?
Yeah.
I had no idea you felt so strongly about Pictionary.
I hate Pictionary.
You hate it?
I hate it because of the way that it is played.
Okay, you don't hate the game itself.
The idea is good, but everyone cheats at it.
I think it'd be quite a good title for restoration games if they could kind of sort it out. There's a lot of obviously luck in the game with how your piece moves, and I don't think we had a single one that wasn't a all play kind of thing. So we could never get on a run of spaces, and get around. I snapped a pencil, which was probably the highlight of it. I just got so angry
by accident.
Kind of by accident. I was it was one that was all of the people that were drawing were getting really enraged that the guessers couldn't get greenhouse. It was so simple. We'd all drawn the same thing. My wife had done this really detailed one with flowers in it and all sorts going on, but no one was getting it. And then right at the last second, someone got it, and in kind of my rage, I hit my hand against the pad, and the pencil was still in my hand, and it snapped in half. Yeah.
Nice. Good way to assert dominance there as well.
The other thing about Pictionary, though, is there's been a lot of people that have taken the basic idea of Pictionary and have developed it into better games. You've got stuff like Scrawl.
Yeah.
Rapido's quite good.
Fake Artist Goes to New York.
Yeah. Lego had their take on it as well.
Yeah.
Lego Creationary.
Yeah.
So it's one of the classic games. It's one of the I don't actually know what year it was released, but I imagine it was some
just
time
because
ago.
it's been around for a while doesn't mean it gets a free pass. It's like Judi Dench, you know what I mean? Like no one ever criticizes her just because she's ancient.
Wow. All right.
Well, true.
Well, okay. Are we going to pick flaws in Judi Dench's new role?
Well, she's the same in everything she does. So,
all right.
There's not much to say, is there?
Damn it, Ben. She's a national treasure.
You wouldn't want to be the person that criticised the last ever performance, would you? Like, if she did one, and then you were like, "Oh, that was rubbish."
And then you're that guy, like that bastard that criticised her
on her deathbed. Yeah,
is that why everyone lords over her then?
Just in case.
In case. I think she's a while off.
You think so? Well,
she's still got mileage.
Any day now.
All right.
According to the critics, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the topic of classic games, for my Christmas day.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know what. Why you do this, man?
Because I'm sorry to be the one to say it. It's strange.
It's not strange, right? Okay, so every Christmas day, me, my dad, my brother, and my sister have a game of Scrabble, and it's got a little heated over the last few years. So, just to up the ante a bit, we now have a trophy to compete for.
You just nearly killed Mark there.
I was just thinking of that, like the Geller episode from Friends, where they have the Geller trophy. Is that what it's like?
That's kind of what we're going. I actually got it for free. There's we happen to live close to a trophy shop. Such things exist, and this particular trophy, I picked it because it was charmingly rubbish. Like it was made of some sort of plasticky material with like a metal coating.
Yeah.
The pin in it is slightly too long, so it wobbles a bit. And the guy just gave it to me for free.
Nice.
So
we were joking that you must have wandered in when some other guy was in to rob the shop, and so he just,
it's just like, I sure take this.
Take it. It's like, like his pals to the back, we're like, hurry up, get rid of him.
Yeah.
And do you engrave your names of the winner on it and stuff? Or?
Oh, we haven't actually. I should have. We have given the trophy a name. We maybe should have got that engraved. Ben looks pained. The trophy is called Der Wortschmied, German for wordsmith.
Okay.
So my dad was the victor on Christmas Day. So he has he would have the Wortschmied in Pride of Place, but Mum has told him it's too ugly to go on any of the shelves. So I don't know where he's keeping it.
I agree.
Yeah. We'll put up a photo of the trophy along with the episode.
Yeah.
Will we?
We will put up a picture. Yeah, we'll do that.
There's even a photo of my brother presenting my dad with the trophy. And to quote Ben, my brother looks like an angry, roided out version of me.
Yeah.
And he looks so angry.
Angry,
He's
swole
just
Josh.
seething in this picture, handing over the trophy. So that was my gaming over Christmas. Ben, did you get up to much?
Oh, I got quite a lot of games for Christmas. Very generous friends and family.
You're welcome.
Them to me. Yes, thank you, Josh. Josh got us Sagrada.
Yeah.
Which I've never played before. And I can confirm it is better than Azul.
Yeah, I'm yet to play it actually. But
yeah. It's not too dissimilar to Azul, but you don't have the problem that I found with Azul, where Azul requires such precise play that a lot of the time the players just aren't even interacting with one another.
Yeah.
Aye. It's just silence.
Yeah. Sagrada's probably a bit more like role player
Yeah.
in that sort of spectrum of those sorts of games. But I think of the three, role player's still the better game, but shoots itself in the foot with its excessive price.
Yeah. Do you think? Does the theme of role player have anything to do with that?
Well, the theme is so important to the mechanics.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones you can't have one without the other with role player. It's not like some other games where you could just like copy and paste. I think the thing with role player is that you can have a laugh with that because you can make this ridiculous character.
This halfling barbarian I got in the first game we played, which is like the worst idea for a D&D character.
Yeah. But no, Sagrada's good. I'm looking forward to trying out that a bit more. I think my favourite game that I got this year though was Koi.
Yeah, we've played a couple of games of that now, and I'm really impressed.
Really
with it.
like Koi. Have you played it, Mark?
No, I've seen it on the shelves. It looks lovely. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it's artwork wise, probably flawless. I mean, it's such a beautiful game to look at.
It feels like you're like directly interfacing with a piece of art. It's hard to describe, but it's just like it's so zen. The artwork is phenomenal. Like some of the cards, I would actually be interested in seeing if you can acquire them as art prints because they're that good. You could just put them up on your wall, and your guests would be oohing and ahhing over them. It's the very bright watercolors, and they all represent different weathers and things like that. So that they use a whole array of palettes. But the game itself is actually surprisingly tactical. It's really easy to teach. Like you could teach someone to play Koi in 5 minutes, but it takes quite a bit of playing to master. I think.
The one thing I will say, and this isn't a criticism of Koi by any means. In fact, it makes it a more funny experience for me. I tend to find the more calming and relaxed a theme of a game is, the more angry I will get while playing it. See, if we're playing a war game, it doesn't matter if I'm winning or losing. We're playing a game about being a koi carp, and for some reason, I just lose it.
It's like the Mario Kart effect, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like all
the
these
more
happy
giddy and
mushrooms.
charming it is, and it's like, ah! Why did you do that?
You got a game about like a massage parlor, and you're just like, no.
Yeah, you'd probably get really mad at that I Am Bread game.
Probably.
Where you're just a bit of bread trying to get like fillings on yourself. Yeah. So we've played quite a bit of Koi. I also got Unstable Unicorns, and You've Got Crabs. Which is
the game is called You've Got Crabs. This isn't Ben telling you, the listener, that you have crabs.
Yeah.
Although, if you suspect, see a doctor. I don't know.
Check just in case.
My sister did get a copy of Disney Codenames. And I've never played this before, but I was really impressed with Codenames. Like quite pleasantly surprised.
Does the Disney theme work with it though?
You don't need to have any knowledge of Disney because it's the cards are double-sided, so you'll have a name on it. So you could. So the way we play it is we don't use the words; we just use the pictures.
Sure.
So a lot of the time, you're just picking out colours that some of the cards have in common. Try and create a code
I
for
suppose that makes sense.
Or if there's a bit of food in a card, you can use that. So you're just looking at what's in front of you and trying to group things together like that. Yeah. So, but I was quite surprised that late to the party with Codenames, but it's very, very good. And it's another one where it's very simple, but it can be quite nuanced and tactical.
Oh yeah. So that wraps up quite neatly our Christmas gaming experiences. So obviously, looking at the year ahead, and the first convention that we shall be popping along to is, of course, AireCon 2019. Yes.
Good stuff.
So, what can us, that's bad grammar, what can we and other punters look forward to this convention? Are we still in Harrogate?
Still in Harrogate, yeah. Still actually in the same hall, which is the big hall that we had. But we've also added the hall that we had the year before last on the Saturday, the one that had like kind of big windows down the side. So we'll have 2 halls on the Saturday. Basically, it'll be, I guess, kind of more of the same, but bigger and hopefully better. The open gaming area is still our big focus. So we believe we've now got the largest open gaming area in Europe.
Ooh.
Quite an accolade.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So especially with the extra room upstairs, so there's something like 3,500 seats, I think, somewhere in that region. For people to sit and just play games. So plenty of space. And then we've got the board game library to go alongside that, which is now sort of over 400 different games that you can borrow from for free, which is nice, isn't it? And plenty of exhibitors. We've kept the space roughly the same, but we've kind of rejigged it a bit. So we've fitted some more various different exhibitors in there. And we've got a few international ones coming over for the first time as well, which will be very nice. We have the Asmodee guys are back doing some demos, and also we've got Mythic Games coming and doing some demos as well with their amazing minis. We've got the RPG Zone that's back again, but with hopefully even more RPG games running through the weekend. We're running our first ever proper serious tournament. We've always kind of steered away from them because we don't like how serious they can get sometimes, and people just come for that and then go. But the reason why we're doing it is a game that's actually really fun, and you don't need any knowledge of it. It's Keyforge, so we're doing a Keyforge tournament. And it'll be a sealed deck tournament. So you just rock up, you pay a tenner.
Yeah. Just whatever you get that's your deck, for the day.
And you will play that deck. Yeah. But in later rounds, if you kind of get through the initial heats, we'll be doing the best of 3 where you actually swap your deck with the person that you're playing against. So,
right.
So you're not going to have someone rocking up with like the Yu-Gi-Oh gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they might have the Yu-Gi-Oh gauntlet anyway. They just wear it as a fashion accessory.
They're committed to.
This is how I like
gaming.
to keep my credit cards.
The credit cards.
Yeah, you've just activated my trap card. No, tap card.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Yeah, I'm here all week.
So that's doing that for the first time. We've got loads of fun events happening from really silly games. We're doing super fun, awesome party game time live to the Reimagining live. I think I said live too many times there. Anyway, but this is a show that used to be on Geek and Sundry, where they used to get kind of kids and family games and make them big and silly. So we've made like a full hour's entertainment out of it, where there'll basically be participation, and you just come along, play silly games, such as I'm trying to think of one now. Empty a box of tissues as quickly as you can, but one tissue at a time. So team games, it's great.
So you can't just like thrust your hand in and like tear it out.
No, it's pulling it through the little slot in the top of the box. Yeah. Or
can you think outside the tissue box and maybe just open the bottom bit?
No,
and then just tip it out.
No, they have to come through the top.
Cheating?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
They've thought about this. Yeah. The rules lawyers and all that.
I just thought maybe that's the challenge. Not trying to think about it different.
About the game.
It's not being an arse. That's problem solving. Problem solving is not being an arse.
Some would say it's problem creating.
And then we've got I Play Red Team. They're running a board game version of Family Fortunes, which is called Fameeple Fortunes. So that should be good.
Fameeple Fortunes, nice.
Yeah, they've got the board game quizzes back, which has always been popular. But we're going to do it with an app this year. So there's an app called Quizbit, but they're going to do a custom quiz for us that's all around board games.
Fantastic.
Which not only, so all the answers come up on the screen and it's kind of multiple choice, but you also, not only do you get points for getting it right, you get points for doing it quick. So if If you can get it right quickest, you'll do well. And yeah, a bunch of different events and kind of seminars and talks going on. And for the first time, we're launching this year something called AireSocs. So it's kind of like the idea of being a bit like a university where you used to have societies of things that you had in common. So kind of like everybody is there and obviously has kind of tabletop gaming of some kind in common already. But is there something else that you might have in common with a bunch of people there? So we're doing like a baking one. I'm going to have Kim Joy from the Great British Bake Off will be there.
Who's mad into board games?
She is,
she?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Very fortunately, she was a friend of ours before the Bake Off. So
right.
Just pulled in a favour there. And then we are doing a knitting one. We've got a knitting shop coming down and running a knitting circle. We're doing a craft beer one that I'll probably run because I love craft beer and drinking it.
That one sounds like my favourite so far.
You're not on a diet.
Shut up.
Calorie-free beers, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
beer wouldn't hurt me.
And then a comics one as well that the Travelling Man guys will be running. So they should be fun. Yeah, and so lots of different stuff. And then for the first time, we'll have the Bring and Buy back again, which will be we are digitizing hopefully this year. We've got a develop. What we like to say we're working with a development team in New Zealand. When really what it is our friend that is a developer happens to be in New Zealand for a few months and he's doing it over there.
But it sounds much flashier if you say our development team in New Zealand.
Exactly, yeah. When really it's just our mate, Eli. But he is a proper developer, so he's doing like a Bring and Buy system for us, so hopefully we can speed that up. And because it was just crazy. I think we did something around £20,000 worth of business through the Bring and Buy last year. Yeah,
they're always really popular. Whenever they're at a convention, it's usually one of the biggest things there.
Definitely.
So,
and attached to that, we're going to get a system for the library, so you'll be able to kind of see what's in and out of the library, and sort of get notifications if something you're really looking for is checked back into the library. Ping you a little email saying it's back, so you can run over and get it. Yeah, and we've got an app, like a convention app as well, which is pretty cool. So you can go on there. There's like a little chat thing. There's a list of all the events, and you can kind of sign up to events so you get reminders about when they're about to start and things like that. You can see a list of all the different guests and all the different people that are going to be there. All the exhibitors are on there, obviously, as well. And there's like a meetup function that you can create to arrange games with people during the event as well. So yeah, lots of kind of sort of the same feel, hopefully, and the same kind of stuff going on with just lots of games being played in that chilled kind of friendly atmosphere, hopefully, but just bigger and better is the idea.
Fantastic. Yeah, sounds amazing.
What I want to know is if the street food will be back.
It will, again, bigger, more of them. So the pizza guys are back that had the Scooby-Doo pizza van. The burger van's back. We have got a German sausage van this time, and we have a crepe van. Unfortunately, the pie and peas person isn't coming back. I don't think they're running their business anymore, which when they were selling pie and peas for £3, you kind of maybe understand.
Yeah.
But we have got so we've got a guy coming in that is doing vegan and vegetarian food and specialising in
vegan sausage rolls.
Yeah. His name is Greg.
Amazing.
We'll need to tell him to watch out for picket lines.
Yeah, or Piers Morgan for that matter.
Yeah.
And somehow we've come full circle.
Yeah.
Because I was going to make some sort of lame joke about the German sausage van playing like loads of heavy Euro games, but yeah, you can't see the look that Ben is giving me right now, but it's not an impressed look.
I think the word withering.
Withering.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, just for the benefit of our listeners, when is AireCon 2019 happening? Where can they find out more information?
Yeah, so it's 8th to the 10th of March. So, as of recording, we are just under 2 months away now. It'll be at the Harrogate Convention Centre again. The best place to get all the information you need is from the website, which is AireCon, but it's air with an E, like the river. So AireCon.
Like the river,
.uk. Or we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at AireCon UK, all one word. So nice and easy.
Smashing.
And it's not in a farmer's field.
It's not in a farmer's field. It's not in air.
Yeah.
In air shit.
And it's not in Ireland.
It's not in Ireland, and it's also not a convention about air conditioning.
No.
But it is cool.
Yes. Nailed it.
Oh, the other thing about AireCon that we should probably say is that we're going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Yay. So looking forward to it as well.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. But yeah, I think that just about wraps us up for this week. So Mark, thank you once again for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure as always, sir. And thank you very much, you at home, for listening. And until next time, you take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Charlotte from the Unlucky Frog Gaming Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Now be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. All you need to do is search Unlucky Frog Gaming. You can also show your support for the Unlucky Frog through Patreon. To find out more information, check out our website, www.unluckyfrog.com. Thanks, bye!